Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today I'm going to be finishing up the Exigral series. So this is part 2 in the Exogryll videos. It's an exoskeleton integral, and in the first video, if you haven't seen that, check it out. I forged, rough ground, put holes in, and heat treated these blades, and that's where I've left them in the first video. And in the second video, we're going from tempering all the way to the finished product. So if you guys want to learn how I do this, then stay tuned. So that's it. They've got more of a straw color, darker straw color now with some hints of purple and blue. Alright, so these knives are finished tempering, and I'm gonna go take them to the shop and finish them up. So I'm gonna make some coffee and go. I'm actually gonna first start by chamfering the holes in the handle, get the rough edges off those holes with this chamfering bit. So what I'm doing here is hanging these blades over the edge a little bit like this, and I'm just reaming them basically. I think it looks cool, and it takes the corner off that so it's not sharp. I'm excited to do some chopping with this afterwards. See how the heat treat holds up. This chair is extremely squeaky. I have chamfered all the holes on these handles, and they are ready to grind and finish. So I need to grind the blades, finish the blades, and then grind the handles, the tang, the spine, and get those, not the surface, but just the edges, and get those all finished up to 400 grit, and then I can finish the whole blade with the final finish. That's what I call it. I mean, you hear me say the word finish a lot, but you know, you're putting a finish on the blade, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. Probably black out with stonewash finish, because I think that looks super cool. Then I'm going to do some testing with this one, chopping, and that's not something you're supposed to do with this, but just to see how much abuse I can put it through. I have finished these blades up to 400 grit, and they're looking pretty good. I need to put my maker's mark on, I need to sandblast them, and then I'm going to probably blacken them and make them, yeah, just a blackout finish or with a stone wash finish. That would be nice too. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go over to my workbench and put my maker's mark on, then over to the sandblaster, and then blacken them. Alright, we got a Holland stencil. This is the newest FHB. I kind of like to clamp it down with this. Alright, so we've got 4 blades marked and ready for sandblasting. Alright folks, I've got Birchwood Casey Super Blue in this spray bottle right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the blades that have been blasted. As you can see, if you use a spray bottle, it gives it a much more even finish than if you just wipe it on or something like that. And then after that, I'm going to take quadruple steel wool or the finest Scotch-Brite I can find, which is usually white Scotch-Brite pad. That I just get from Lowe's, and I scrub it down, get rid of the excess oxides, and then spray it down with WD-40, and that gets rid of the smut that develops on the blades. And then if we want to tumble it, we can. I might do that with a couple of them and decide after that what I want to do. So I'll show you what I mean right now. So this is the 3M Scotch-Brite pad that I use. It's just super fine, and it doesn't scratch the blade. It just kind of gets rid of the dirt. That's what I like to use. And I get a bunch of this stuff because I do these black blades a lot. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll spray straight into a trash can or a box with trash or something like that, so I don't get this all over the place. And I just spray as quickly as I can all over it. Make sure you have gloves on. I don't like doing a lot of this stuff without gloves. And then I just kind of wipe it down in a linear path so that it doesn't create big globs or streaks, or it seems to go on smoother if you go kind of in one direction. Paper towel, wipe it down, and it is seriously black after that. So take some WD-40 and spray the whole thing down, and that helps even the whole finish out a bit. Wipe it down with a paper towel again. Try and get inside those holes right there. You can see where it's kind of white in there. Use a Q-tip and you can kind of get that out of there. So you get that black out of there. There we go. Now we can choose to throw it in the tumbler, or we can just leave it the way it is. I kind of like it the way it is. All black. Okay, so now that the blade and handle are finished, super cool blackout finish, we are going to put a quick edge on here because I don't have my diamond sharpeners. I'm just going to put a quick edge on this and do some chopping with it, test it out, see how it does. So the way I do this is I create a preliminary edge with a worn out 400 grit, and then I turn another more worn out 400 grit around, and I put some white buffing compound on it, and it just polishes up the edge basically. Takes the burr off and polishes the 400 grit up to a point where it's hair popping sharp. So that's a good way to do a quick edge, and I just do it on the rotary platen here. Now we just so happen to have some old pallets here, and this is good wood to test on because it's usually really dry and pretty hard. So we do some testing. So here we are with the biggest of the Exigrills. So I'm just gonna try a little bit on my leg. Not like it's the first time this has ever happened. So it still picks up hairs after digging the tip of it in and all of that. It's still taking up hairs like nobody's business. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Super simple, super fun to make these kind of things. I hope it inspires you to make something of your own. If you want to make one of these, then put a photo on Instagram, follow me, tag me in it, put hashtag FHB Exigral Challenge, and yeah, we'll see what we can all come up with. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Thank you again, Online Metals, for sponsoring this video. Thanks for the steel, this awesome steel, W1 tool steel. If you guys want to buy some or know a little more about it, I've put links in the description below for Online Metals website, product guides on there, and all of that. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a good one. See you next time.